everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Garage Life. Thank you very much for joining us, for watching, for subscribing, and for leaving comments. We appreciate it all. So you may tell that obviously now we're getting involved in sim racing. So I'm currently practicing here for a race that's going to start, which is this video that you're watching. But I just thought I'd give you a quick rundown on what's going on. So I'm currently set up here in my own house. I've got the guys from the Virtual Race Academy built me a computer, gave me all the bits and bobs I need to go sim racing, and I started about 2 or 3 weeks ago. So I'm actually racing with a league called the Lega Corsa guys. Well, they're not called the Lega Corsa guys, called Lega Corsa, and they hold a race every Thursday night for the Primeras, which are the old British touring cars. And on Tuesdays they have a race for the Formula 2s. So we're in about 3 weeks now. This runs till February, so we're only at the start of December. So this is essentially round 5 and 6. So it's a 7-minute quali and a 20-minute race. My last couple of weeks have not been the best in terms of, well, pace. I have to keep I'm being harsh on myself. Like, I'm not the quickest person on the track, that's for sure. Generally around top 15, you know, down to 20 depending on the track. I've also had a bit of bad luck in terms of kind of getting excited at the start or nervous and spinning myself off or any of those kind of things. So yeah, I'm trying to get that balance of being too aggressive and just maybe holding back a bit before I actually go full steam ahead and lose out on pace or the race or whatever it may be. So at the moment here now in Brands Hatch, I'm currently I think 18th quickest out of about 30 people. I haven't been able to put a decent time together. So well, in terms of like, I just keep losing time everywhere. One mistake I keep making is that corner just there that I've gone by. And also I've been practicing all the time on softs, and then you switch to mediums because they won't last. Softs wouldn't last a race pace, and sure enough then I'm not used to it whatsoever, and just like now they're a little bit colder, a little less grippy, and I'm pushing too hard. Oh, that's a disaster of a start. So yeah, I'm going to spend a few minutes, maybe 20 minutes or so, just getting used to the track again, getting used to the car. And when we catch up again, I'll be sitting on the grid, sitting on the grid for race 1, which I will, you'll hear all the guys in the chat and stuff as well, but I'll probably turn them down a bit because they do distract me sometimes. And yeah, I'll see you on the grid in a few moments. So, put on the mediums, get some fuel in. 20 laps. It's going to be interesting. So on the outside of turn 1, sitting in P10, this is where I want to finish. Generally have, who do I have beside me? Can't see him. Simon Woodcock beside me, Ivan up front, who's like a second quicker than me in the hot laps. So look, let's try and fucking keep a clean race here, see how it goes. So let's go. Sorry if I do stay quiet during this because I will be concentrating like fuck and breathing, one thing I always forget to do. Get to the inside, stuck on the outside, don't really want to be here if at all possible. Let's let the carnage commence. There we go, there's the carnage. Oh, look at that in the mirrors. That's why it always pays to be well behaved on turn 1. So we have the pack out the front of us here. He'll be up behind us, Jason Greenfield. can't really. I'm used to seeing Jason's colourful car behind me. Let's see if we can keep the head down here and concentrate as we go into the fast sections of Brands Hatch for the first time today. Just getting a little squidge up front. Who's that Michael in front of me? The car is very loose, so be careful around him, just for the fact that he'll do exactly that. And somehow I played that too careful, and now I have a car right up my arse. Don't know how he managed to save that, bang off the barriers and still manage to come out and P2. Someone in the pits. On the pits in the wall, sorry. I'm concentrating like feck here. So still Michael ahead of me. Darren Jones, don't recognise the name yet. Could be his first time racing, but either way, he's behind me. So we keep the head down. We're down to 7th. So like I was saying, P10 finish is what I'm looking for. It's going to be hard to overtake on these faster corners unless you pressurise these guys. But when the problem is when you pressurise them, they make mistakes and they could take you out as well with them. So like I was saying before, I want to have a clean race. Yeah, track limits on all that. Fuck, I'm going to have to put it on soft tyres and they're meant to be mediums. Well, this is going to be interesting. No wonder the car feels so good. You're not going to really pass someone on Paddock Hill without wiping both of yous out, so let's try and get a faster exit. A lot of people have gone for soft, so stick the nose down, try and put pressure on him. He's certainly cutting limits there. But I can't argue with that. I'll do the same if I had someone up my hole like this. Oh, not what I wanted on the exit there. So who's behind me? Soft behind me, mediums in front of me. Everyone in front of me is on mediums, so I'm the quickest of the softs. Okay, so let's see if I can pull a big enough gap so when I have no tyres left, I'll be able to drop the pace. If he's smart and he's looking at his times, he'll see him on softs and he'll let me by, because he probably knows that he'll oh, we are cutting grass. We will be sending him an invoice for that there, or 2 hours after proper cutting that grass there and that. Oh, bad exit out of there. We're on lap 3 of God knows how many and the tyres are shrouded. I've only enough fuel for 17 laps, so I didn't have the again put pressure on him. Right, get the grip, let's go. Matthew Williams behind me, absolute pilot of a driver. As much as I like fair racing, I might end up only slowing myself up. I've no fuel. Why did my setup not load properly? Oh my god, as if my day could not get any worse. Oh my god, I cannot believe this. So how the fuck am I gonna do this? How am I gonna do this? I'm gonna have to go back to the pits. Where's this gonna leave me? Oh, I'm locked here for 14 seconds. Okay, that's fair enough. Back to the back. Here we go again. Once again, my friends. I can't believe it, guys. I'm after finding out that I was on quali setup and no fuel. It never loaded. Where's the dog? Here you, dog. Right. So I am back down to dead last after being in 7th place. But we'll not make that mistake for race 2. Let's see. Let's work our way. Oh, the guys are 30 seconds ahead. Bonnie. No, they're not 30 seconds, they're only a couple of seconds ahead. Wow, it's some terrible drive. I need to get refocused here and keep going. So now I have the pace. Oh no, they're back to 30 seconds ahead of me. What the hell is the time difference shown? Oh, I don't know what that means. That's not 30 seconds, that's a split. So only a couple of seconds. So hopefully a couple of these guys can take themselves out. There's points up to 20th. Why is this? This car feels totally different to drive, and all I do is put fuel in it. So Ivan in front of me, that's strange. He must got caught up in that battle at the start, did he? Can't remember. Because again, he's a quick one. Anyway, another thing to learn. Oh, this was so frustrating. Like, we spent hours and hours practicing. Like, I'm pretty sure you all saw me putting extra fuel into the car. Then it reloaded onto the screen. You nearly want to finish your qualifying early to oh, Ivan's off, so here's a place back, or even a good battle. I don't care if I come last, but if a good battle, that's the main thing. But yeah, like, I was obviously after reloading the setup and no fuel. I cannot believe that after the start that I had and everything. But look, this happens in real life, and it clearly happens in this, and I'm pretty sure this is even a different setup that I have on the car now, because the car was handling a million times better earlier on. It actually reminds me of I'm not even concentrating here. Oh, I'm nearly flipping it. Nearly flipping it. The leader 30 seconds behind me. I have 20th place, 20 seconds ahead of me. This car is handling now like a piece of shit. I'm starting to get warm because I'm feeling so frustrated. I'm driving like an absolute monkey. Anyway, right. This is like the highlight of motorsport. Same thing happens in real life. Like, Shane knows all about this. Said he was at the last lap when he realised he had no fuel. He wasn't in this virtual world, and he found himself. Who's that there now? Peter. Just give me blue flags, but I do not see the leaders yet. Sterling's. like I was saying, 20th is where the points finish. If I get back up there, I will be a happy camper. Ivan going very wide there. You hear the chat going there. Lower down the chat because they often distract me. I really can't concentrate. So yeah, come on Ivan, I'll go with you. I know you're quick. I know you're quicker than me. And let these guys take themselves out. There's a big 3 cars ahead there now. They're the people we wanna get with. Nope, cutting the grass. And oh, he stopped me on the apex. Good driving there from Ivan. Ivan idea. Hey. Problem with these things, if you touch somebody, it absolutely throws you off. Alright, anyway, battle on, Ivan. Oh, pressure into a mistake we have on the inside. We have him! Now cover the inside tight, defensive line, up on the curb. Will you go for it? I don't think so. Pretty sure there's a blue flag, so I'm fairly sure Ivan is not the leader. Omar is the leader and he's a good bit back. Do I get a penalty? Why am I still showing last? Oh, we'll keep going, who cares? We have a battle now. That makes no sense. Ah well, I'm gonna keep fucking... I'm gonna try and lap myself then, obviously, if that's what's after happening. Somehow. Can't believe that. Anyway, let's see if we get some good content out of eventing out of this. Three wide coming down here. We got them. I know, okay, I understand why I'm last, somewhat, but I don't understand how I'm a lap down. I may be in trouble for this with the guys, I do not know, but either way. Good battle there with there's Niall. I won't mess up Niall's race for him. If I can avoid it, I will. Niall is... Ooh, that was a lift and a half. Niall is the owner of the Virtual Race Academy down in Mondello Park. And he's the guy who built me... Oh, he's riding with hell. He's the guy who built me my computer and got me set up and addicted to this stuff. No, I'm so disappointed I'm showing last. Especially after this drive. This is literally the race from hell. Well, I'm allowed to unlap myself. There's no rules, I don't think, said I'm not allowed to do that. But I did say I wanted one top 10 finish today. So thank God there's 2 races, or I would have rage quitted a long time ago. But I'm potentially back to 18th from 23rd if I didn't have to go back to the pits. And I think this also tells you that the tyres could have lasted. Well, yeah, I don't know if the softs would last for a full race. Putting him under pressure now, so he's feeling the pressure. Let's not try and ruin someone's race on them if you can avoid it at all. I won't try and do any stupid moves. Well, if you leave the door open. It may just happen. Is that George going defensive? Sorry, George. I could do a fucking Ocon here and wipe someone out of it. He's gonna be leader of the race though. Hey Verstappen, I'm faster than you. That's not how Ocon sounds, but let's try the outside here. Nope, no grip out there. Oh, Ivan seems to be coming through the field with me too. Gonna have to let him through, don't I? Because I'm essentially holding up his race. Go through there, Ivan. Because he was genuinely... I am holding up his race. I don't wanna... I was quick. I got by him fair, but... yeah, I don't think it's fair to hold up someone who's come through the field with you. Or, you know, who's genuinely quicker than everyone else, who may also have been having a shit race like I have. So, that's my good deed. The session has ended. Thank the Lord. We'll go back to the pits. Alright guys, that's race 1 for you. Yeah. How not to sim race, I should title this one. But anyway, if you enjoyed what you watched, if you like what you see, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, drop a comment below, call me an absolute idiot, because I totally deserve it. And we will be back for race 2, which will be a completely separate video to this. Again, thanks again for watching, and for all the links and descriptions and all that jibber jab, it's right below in the description. Take it easy. See ya!